Okay, friends, very good morning to everyone. I think today we have gathered to understand how to master IBC. Friends, before I start, I just would like to know from each one of you uh, exactly that whether you are appearing and taking limited insolvency exam, whether you are aspiring to be an IP or you are just here to know about IBC. So if you can just write in the chat box whether you are uh, uh, aspiring IP and wanting to pass limited insolvency exam, or you are here to just know about IBC, because then I will be able to tackle all those issues. Or if you have specific issues which you want to ask me, maybe you can put them in the chat box. Okay, so let me start straight away with let me share my presentation for a moment. So, friends, this particular presentation talks about mastering IBC and whether you are intending to become an insolvency professional, which is a alternate career, option with each one of you, whether you are a chartered accountant or a company secretary or a cost accountant or an advocate or even a graduate. Because if you have those kind of qualifications, then generally you are able to pass that you are able to take that exam, and definitely with some kind of effort, you can pass that insolvency exam. Now, what it takes, we are not dealing with the syllabus today, but let us talk about how to master the insolvency and bankruptcy code. This is extremely crucial because this is your key to success. And let me also share with you, before I show the other slides to you, insofar as limited insolvency exam syllabus is concerned, if you look at it, the major portion consists of the insolvency and bankruptcy code, the rules and regulations which are there, and the case laws and the case studies, which are also based on this particular law, IBC. So this becomes extremely crucial, that IBC is very important. So whether you are practicing generally, you want to have a knowledge about IBC, I think mastering IBC is a very important aspect. So how to do that? Let us talk about that. And then, of course, we will open up for some few questions if you have. The critical components which I call for mastering IBC, friends, is this. A, there has to be willingness to learn. What happens sometimes as a chartered accountant, as a company secretary, advocate, or any professional, we are aware about the law in a general sense. So what do? We think that we know, and then we start learning from that stage. Friends, my request is that if you need to learn about the IBC, you need to unlearn what you know and relearn relearn the whole thing again. This is very important for all of us. So willingness to learn is very, very important. The second aspect which we are going to discuss about today is the theoretical foundation. Now, for any exam, supposing you are sitting for the limited insolvency exam, naturally, you need to have a solid theoretical foundation. And in any case, unless you have in-depth understanding of the law, it is very difficult to crack the case studies questions. And in any case, even if you are dealing with the IBC, otherwise, what will happen? You will have to, unless you have an in-depth understanding, it will become a bottleneck. That it can create a problem. So what I always say is that you must have conceptual clarity. This is extremely crucial, friends. If we understand the concepts, I don't think anyone can beat us or anyone can challenge us on a particular aspect. Because law is what? Law is nothing but about interpretations. So interpretations come with the conceptual clarity. And then practical application. We need to apply those principles, what we learn in theory. Now we need to apply into situation. This is what all case studies are all about. Or if you become an IP, you will need to apply all those principles in practical cases where you become the resolution professional or bankruptcy trustee or liquidator. Now, what you can do, if you are appearing for the limited insolvency exam, friends, the first thing you need to do is to use the material. You need the study material. Now, where to find it? We'll deal with that in a little while. But this is also one of the critical components. So I'm just showing you the components. We'll deal with those aspects. And if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat box. We'll answer them. Understanding case laws. I always feel that you can understand a subject when you read the case laws. And in a limited insolvency examination, there are 60 case laws. So even if you are not appearing or taking the limited insolvency exam, I would still request you to go through the case laws which have been given in the syllabus. And they are very landmark kind of judgments which give you a basic understanding of the insolvency and bankruptcy code. Now, then another part is, do we need an interactive training? The answer is yes. Because at the end of the day, sometimes plain reading of the law does not make that sense. We may think that we may know, but we may not be knowing it, because there are a lot of situational things which can come up. So if a person explains in an interactive training, it is always better to do that. And then once you are appearing for the insolvency exam, you need to adopt the memorization techniques, because if you don't remember, because exam is typically theoretical. Supposing a question is asked, in how many days NCLT has to approve the plan? Now, 4 options are there: 7 days, 10 days, 14 days, 21 days. Now, if you have not memorized this, you will not be able to answer. And if you just want to take a chance, you may end up into negative marking. So therefore, some kind of memorize, and I am going to deal with that today, dealing with the memorization techniques. And lastly, as I always say, practice. Practice is the key. Now, if you are taking an exam, naturally you need to practice. So all those practice exams are also available, and then we can deal with that. So let's talk about first is the strong theoretical foundation. So from where to start? Now, this is most important, isn't it? Friends, whenever we have to read any law, we must go to the genesis of that particular law. Here we are talking about IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. What is the genesis of the code? The genesis of the code lies in Bankruptcy Law Reforms Committee report, BLRC. Now, this is should be your starting point. Do not start reading IBC unless you have gone through BLRC, Bankruptcy Law Reforms Committee report. It is written in one of the easiest language, easy to understand, simple language with a great clarity of thought. My request is, please read this first before starting to read the IBC. You'll do a great justice to yourself if you do that, okay? And then preamble. Now, any law which is made, you will find a preamble. Before you start reading a section, there is a preamble on the top. IBC is no exception. There is a preamble which is written, and you need to understand what was the purpose, why it was the law was brought in, and what it contains. What is the purpose of that law? Once you understand these two aspects, genesis and preamble, then I would request you to read the IBC thoroughly. Now, how to read thoroughly, we'll definitely deal with that. This is also important. Every law, my dear friends, contains rules and regulations. And IBC also, rules have been notified, regulations have been notified, and they are in very large number. I think if you I have not counted it physically, but to my estimate, not less than 25 to 30 rules and regulations are there. So it becomes very voluminous, isn't it? But how to deal with that? So this is the way you are going to read. So first reading of law, you will read just like that. You will not read rules and regulations along with it, just to understand the conceptual concepts. After that, what you are going to do, my dear friends, is connect those code with the rules. Now, once you have read the provisions, then now the second reading will involve reading the code along with the rules. Now, what is a formula for this? There is also a formula which I'm going to deal with in coming slides, and how to memorize, how to look at the rules, what rules are applicable, because this is also a confusion for a new person. Now, which rule applies to which section? I will deal with that in a little while, friends. Now, if we look at the conceptual clarity, as I mentioned, having read BLRC, having gone through the law, because it becomes sometimes very boring to read the law, isn't it? But ultimately, we need to understand these concepts. And there are a lot of new concepts in IBC. Like, what do you mean by a financial creditor? What do you mean by an operational creditor? What is the role of the committee of creditors? Now, these are something new aspects which are there. So concentrate on these sections. Concentrate on the definition part. Like the definition of financial creditor is given in section 5, subsection 7 and 5, subsection 8, clause 7 and clause 8. So you have to read both of them together. Similarly, if you read IBC, now what is the trigger point? The trigger point, and you have to understand a basic concept. The basic concept is like this. A proceeding under IBC for any kind of a process can be started if there is a trigger point. And what is that trigger point? You need to understand that basic thing. The trigger point, my dear friends, if you want to note down, please note down, it is known as the word default. Unless a company, LLP, or any individual commits a default, proceedings cannot start. So default is the trigger point. Now, default is also defined in section 3. Now, in section 3, how will you read the definition of default? So there are all definitions are interconnected. Like if you read the definition of default first, then it will include a word which is known as debt. So now you have to read the definition of the debt. When you read the definition of debt, you will come across a term which is known as claim. Then you need to read the definition of the claim. But if you look at the definitions, claim definition comes first, then comes debt, then third comes default. But I would request you to read it in reverse. First read default, then go to debt, then go to claim. So understanding these concepts is extremely crucial, my dear friends. And somebody, if he tells you like to read like this, I think it becomes more interesting, isn't it? So that is what here we are for today. So understand IBC in this manner, that how I have to really read it. And then you have to link the theory to practice, real life examples, case studies. It is extremely crucial. Now, whenever you see, I hold programs on a, with say 15 hours program, like 5 days multiplied by 3 hours daily, or maybe an alternate days. Now we are starting a live class for alternate. I think that will give you a complete grasp of that law. That will really, really help you to understand the concepts, and you will never forget it. That is what you see we have seen in the past also. Now, coming to the study material, because the major question which people ask me is, what are the study materials which are available? Friends, there are no study materials available. You can search on Google, you will find a lot of material, but my humble request to all of you is, if you are appearing for limited insolvency exam, do not go on Google and download those kind of material, because those materials are not updated. That is the unfortunate part. Not updated. And you will get confused. So therefore, what you need to do is, number one, my suggestion is read from the Bare Act only. Finish. End of the story. Bare Act. What do you mean by Bare Act? Bare Act means download IBC. That also should be downloaded from a genuine website, not from any other, because you may not find it updated. Now, here comes another problem. If you are taking the limited insolvency exam, you are an IP aspirant, then you do not need to read the latest law. If you go to IBBI's website, my dear friends, you can download the PDF version of IBC, isn't it? But you will get the latest one. Now, what do you do? Because if you are taking limited insolvency exam, your syllabus is up to 31st March 2023. How to get 31st March 2023 direct? And similarly, the rules, regulations also have to be read up to 31st March 2023. So let me also clarify, because there is a lot of confusion. The syllabus was notified by IBBI, and that syllabus takes effect from 1st July 2023. So any exam which you are taking today has started from 1st July 2023. So some people are confused that I have to read the law up to 30th June 2023 or 1st July 2023. Friends, that is not the option. What you need to do is, you need to take the laws rules and regulations only up to 31st March 2023. That is your cutoff date. Remember that. Never forget it. So any amendment, which means I will explain that any amendment which has taken place after 31st March 2023 is not in your syllabus. Don't read that. Okay. But now the problem is how to get the law and how to get the rules and regulations which are not, you see, how to find out whether they are updated or not. So how will you find out? It's very difficult. Very difficult. 30 rules and regulations, IBC. So what Transition has done, you just go to the Transitions website. They have compiled the Bare Acts into two parts, part number 1 and part 2. It is a downloadable product in a PDF format, instant download. You take it, you get it immediately. So all laws, rules and regulations have been updated up to that date, 31st March 2023, for those people who are wanting to become an IP. And similarly, in part 2, there are almost 21 allied laws are also there. It is not only IBC. If you look at limited insolvency exam syllabus, you get a lot of laws, business laws, commercial laws, isn't it? And if you add them up, it turns out to be 21. So how to get the copies of those laws? Well, no need to, look at any of the websites. Go to Transition, download Bare Act. You will get it into, you can download, if you want to take part number 1 only, you can take part 1. If you want to take part 2 only, you can take that. If you want a composite, you can take both parts. My advice is take both the parts, download, you'll get an email, you'll get a link, and that you can download immediately. So you get, the first thing is clear. I have to study this only, nothing more, nothing less. This is important. Now, the point is that latest amendments, whether to be focused or not. Now, if you are studying IBC just for the sake of gaining knowledge, yes, you need to know the updated content. But if you are only an aspiring insolvency professional, friends, please do not look at updated versions. Stop at 31st March 20. This is my advice. Forget about what the Supreme Court says after 31st March, what the judgment says, the latest ones. You may be a part of WhatsApp group where somebody is feeding the latest judgment. Ignore. For the sake of clarity, for sake of passing the exam only, focus only up to 31st March. Don't be bothered about what is happening. I call them as noise. Okay. But if you are learning IBC just like that, not for the insolvency profession, not for becoming IP, then of course you can get yourselves updated. This is very important because IBC is a law which is being frequently updated. Now, if you are looking at IBC generally or for an IBC exam, IBBI exam, well, there are a lot of, you can say, the case laws which you need to read. 60 case laws are in your syllabus. 60, my dear friends. Remember that. And now, two problems come. How to get those laws, case laws, assuming you get those case laws, right? So number one, first is very difficult. So here also, the Transition comes to your rescue. They have made a compilation of the case laws. All the 60 case laws, you don't have to search on Google, because what happens is, if you want to search a case law with a name, now there may be 4 judgments with the same name. Now then you are confused whether I have to read this or whether I have to read that. So therefore, the Transition has made your job easier. They have made a compilation also. So you can get those compilations. But now the second part is important. Assuming you get those all 60 cases, do you know how many pages they are running? Now they run into more than 1,200 pages or maybe 1,500 pages. One of each judgment of Supreme Court runs into more than 100 pages. Sometimes it runs into 250 pages. So imagine on an average, let us say average 50 pages per judgment. 60 multiplied by 50 is how much, friends? 3,000 pages. You'll have to go through. So what to do in that case? 3,000. Well, we have already established, you can say, a case law module, which is for 3 days multiplied by 3 hours each, 9 hours. I have covered, you see, all those 60 cases there. That is available. The recording is available. You can take that. Number 2, even if you don't want to do that, what you need to do? You need to study that. Now, if you start reading all those cases, you will get confused. 6,000 pages you cannot read, my dear friends. 3,000 pages, 5,000 pages, damn difficult. So there is one case analysis book also, which I have written, and it is going to be launched very soon on transition. So what we have done in that is, for each case, we have divided the case into three parts. Very important understanding: facts, issues, and ratio. I call it as FIR. In every case, my dear friends, you need to find out three things. What are those? What are the facts of the case? What are the issues involved? And what is the ratio of that case? Ratio typically means the reasoning, right? I'm not talking about the final conclusion. Final conclusion may be that appeal is dismissed. That is all right. But why appeal was dismissed? What was the basis? That is known as ratio. Now, finding these three things, my dear friends, is very difficult. You have to read 3,000 pages, isn't it? So what I've done is I have compiled a book which is going to be a e-book kind of a thing, and that is going to be launched by transition very soon. Within next 3-4 days, we can see that that will also be launched. So you can take that, take the help of that, and also coupled with, if you can take the case law module, I think you will be getting a great clarification. I'll tell you one more thing. All these cases have to be studied like a story. Like, say, the first case, which is in your syllabus, right? So, or the second case of the Supreme Court, Mobilox versus Kirusa Software. That is the case name. Now, there is a certain story involved in this. Now, if you remember that story, will you ever forget that case? What happened? So in my case law module, friends, you will find that I have explained all these cases in the form of a story and giving you keywords. So supposing uh, whenever Mobilox comes, you will remember those 4 or 5 keywords, and then you will be able to recall the entire case. I can guarantee you that. So keywords is the main thing which you need to remember. So anyhow, we'll move forward now. If you have any questions, friends, keep on putting in the chat box. I'll just take it. Then I told you that ultimately, once you have read everything, assuming case laws, everything, now how do I pass the exam? Now, if you go to straight away IBBI exam, let me tell you, I'm not scaring you, my dear friends. Only 3% or 2% of the people have passed in first attempt. 98% people fail on the first attempt. This is not my statistics. This is IBBI statistics. You get dejected. You have paid 6,000 rupees, because for every exam you pay 5,000 plus service tax. So you waste your 6,000 rupees and come back completely dejected, and you have to go back to the study table again. You don't know what went wrong. So what transition has helped? So number one, you can take all those modules which are there. I'll just show you that also, what modules are there. And after that, practice is the key, my dear friend. So before going and taking the exam before IBBI, don't you think you need mock exams? Don't you think you need practice exams? So transition, my dear friend, has created a beautiful module, or a product which is known as practice exams. So practice with those exams. And what is the benefit of that? Let me tell you. Once you take an IBBI exam, you are not able to pass. Do you know which question went wrong? Which question you answered wrongly? What was the right answer? Nobody will tell you, because IBBI doesn't tell you. But if you take transitions, practice exam, you can go to that exam again. You can see what was the correct answer and where you went wrong. Tell me, my dear friends, if somebody points out to you that you answered this question wrongly, will you ever make a mistake again? So review facility is there in transition, and it also gives you a complete score chart, and a lot of analysis is there, that you are particularly, say, you answered most of the wrong questions, say, in case study. So you will have to go back and improve that. Supposing it will also give you a bar chart saying you were weak in allied laws, you were weak in rules and regulations. It will give you that breakup also. So I think you can take 3 exams, 5 exams, 10 exams, whatever you want. Build your confidence, my dear friends. And the moment you are able to pass that exam there in transition, you can actually go with confidence and pass in first attempt. Let me tell you this. And in fact, the transition exams are the most toughest exams. Today, those people who have become IPs, if we ask them to take transition exam, they will also fail, because this is the most toughest exam. Why they have been created tough? Because to improve yourself. If you are able to pass a tough exam, if you go to IBBI, it will seem like a cakewalk. It will seem that it is very simple exam. So do that, my dear friends, right? So mock exams are there. In fact, if you don't want to buy straight away, you can register for the trial mock exam. There is a trial mock exam facility also there. I think the link will be posted by Transition just now. Once the link is there, click that, register, and take a mock exam. If you feel that it is better, go and review that exam also. If you feel it is better, then you go and buy it. And I'm sure, my dear friends, you will really like it. The reason is, most of the questions have been created by me. And I have created all practical, all knowledgeable, and all conceptual based questions. And let me also share with you, if you are able to, and we have seen over a period of time, in the first exam, people scored 27%. Don't worry, go back to the study table review. Then the improvement is there. We have seen that in 5 exams, people have improved from 27% to 65%. And let me share with you one live thing. Yesterday or day before yesterday, I got a call from one of our, um, I mean, I will call him a student, of course, but he's a senior person, senior banker. So he was my student and he took an transition exams. And do you know how? And then he practiced, and then he went for the IBBI exam. He called me day before yesterday. He said, "Sir, with your syllabus, with your courses, with your modules, I was able to score 73% in the exam." Can you believe this, friends? And I must tell you, once you take all those modules, I think I always tell people you will not score less than 70% if you read as I tell you. If you are coming with that old baggage, then it is something different. So remove that baggage, unlearn and relearn with me in those modules. So in live IBC classes, definitely you will have that advantage and you can ask me questions. So a revision is also important 3 times. Stop, look, and go. I call it as that. You have to read law, rules, regulations at least 3 times, my dear friends. And how to enhance retention, we will talk about. Now, let me come to you a very important aspect. This is the way I tell people in modules. Like supposing in IBC, friends, there are 11 schedules attached to it. You know that? I think you must have gone through it. If you're not aware, let me tell you that there are 11 schedules. What are those schedules? Because IBC, when it came, naturally, it was a consolidation. It was an umbrella kind of a law or a statute, which actually changed a lot of other laws, which amended many other laws like income tax, Companies Act, LLP Act, Central Excise Act, and so forth. So there are 11 schedules, and all those 11 schedules are nothing but amendment to various laws, amendment to 11 laws. Now, in IBBA exam, a question comes, Schedule 4 relates to amendments in which law? And you are given 4 options: company law, income tax, partnership act, or say SURFACE Act. Now you don't know. If you don't know, you can't answer it. If you take a chance, if the question goes wrong, you get a negative marking. So now we need to have a perfection. Unless you know those 11 schedules. Now to remember 11 schedules are very difficult, isn't it? Now on the screen, my dear friends, I have written 3 lines. If you want to note it down in your piece of paper, please do so. So let me show you how I tell people to remember this. Just write down 32, 44, 61 in the first line. Write down 62, 93, 94 in the second line as I have written it. And in the last line, you write down 2, 3, 7, 8, 13. Just write this. Is it difficult to remember? You read it 3 times, I think you will remember it, isn't it? 32, 44, 61, 62, 93, 94, 2, 3, 7, 8, 13. Not difficult to remember. Now, what do you need to do? In front of 32, write down 19, 1, 9. In front of 44, write down 19. It becomes 1944. Similarly, 1961, 1962, 1993, 1994. Then In the last line, write down 2002. It becomes 2002, 2003, 2007, 2008, 2013. These are your 11 schedules. Now let's do the easy part. Start from the last. 2013. Tell me which act came in 2008, 13. Is it difficult to answer? Companies Act. Everyone knows Companies Act came, isn't it? What act, which act came in 2008? So under 2013, write down very briefly Companies Act. 2008, Limited Liability Partnership Act, LLP Act. Write down LLP underneath this. 2007, it is slightly difficult because we may not have come across. It is a Payment and Settlement Act, which is between the bankers. Or those who are bankers probably may be knowing it. So just remember Payment and Settlement Act. 2003, SICA Repeal Act. SICA was repealed in 2003. 2002, if you are a banker, you will not forget it. SARFAESI Act, isn't it? 1994, what is that? If you are a chartered accountant or a professional, otherwise, 1994 was nothing but the Finance Act of 1994, which brought in the Service Tax Act, isn't it? So 1994 is the Finance Act. Just write down Finance Act. 1993, I think if you are a banker, you may be knowing it. It is Recovery of Debts Due to Banks and Financial Institutions, RDBA Act. 1962, it is Customs Act. And if you go to the first sentence, 1961, I think nobody can forget it. Everyone pays income tax. So it is Income Tax Act, isn't it? 1944, Central Excise. And 1932, I think again, everyone knows it's a Partnership Act. So friends, just make this small chart, big chart on a single paper, write down these brief things. Your 11 schedules you will never be able to forget. Now, let me cover 11 sections also along with this. Go to under 2013, write down 255, section 255. So IBC contains 255 sections. This is the last section. And similarly, start writing under 2008, 254, 253, 252, and go up to 245. 1932 will be 245. So 245 to 255, 11 sections, my dear friends. If you just simply read section 245, it says that the amendments in the Partnership Act 1932 are contained in schedule number 1. Finish. So now you know the section, what it relates to, what kind of a schedule, and what that said schedule talks about, which law it talks about. 3 things I have covered in just 5 minutes, my dear friends. Just 5 minutes, your 11 sections and 11 schedules are covered. Don't you think these memorization techniques will help you? This is something which you need to adapt. So you come with me, join this, you see, IBC live module. I will give you many more tips also, right? Now look at another part of it. If you want to understand, I said your conceptual understanding should be good, isn't it? Remember 2 phrases in IBC. IBC uses, and if you want to note down, please note it down. IBC uses a phrase, as may be prescribed. You'll find it. Look at section 7, subsection 3. An application under section 7 can be made, shall be made in such form, in such manner, and along with such fees as may be prescribed. So as may be prescribed is a phrase. Now, what do you mean by that phrase? Just write down. As may be prescribed is equal to rules is equal to central government. Just write down this formula. Never forget it. Which means whenever an as may be prescribed is written, you will stop there and look for a relevant rule. And rules are framed by the central government. So you will find those rules. So now you know how to connect the law with the rules, isn't it? Is it not becoming easier for you? Now, similarly, there is a second phrase, as may be specified. As may be specified, my dear friends, the formula is as may be specified is equal to regulations is equal to regulator or IBBI. So wherever you come across the word phrase as may be specified, stop there, look for the relevant regulation. Now you know how to connect the dots. And who frames the regulations? Naturally, the regulator. Who is the regulator under IBC? IBBI. not difficult to understand. So I will also explain, you see, in those modules, I typically explain who are the authorities. So first, your basic conceptual understanding is there, friends, then grasping the law will be a cakewalk. Mark my words. And not only to pass the exam, friends, you will become one of the best insolvency professionals. Nobody will be able to, you see, beat you on your concepts if your conceptual understanding is correct. Now, the only thing is, in limited insolvency, your focus should be to pass in first attempt. And I've told you how you need to do that. You need resources. I've told you the resources where they are available. You go to Transitions website, you will find free resources also. I'll show you some pictures of those. You will find the compilations of cases. You will find the other material relating to the IBC. Knowledge is also important. So knowledge, let us learn together. That is the key word. Okay, come to me. We will learn together. That's very important. And passing an exam is a matter of strategy. You have to look at the syllabus first, friends, and then you have to strategize your time. Now, another question which generally people ask me, I've not seen the chat box. Maybe there are questions, but I'll take them in a little while. So supposing they say, how much time should I take? How much time should I prepare for? Well, friends, the answer is very difficult to answer, but I'll try to answer that. It actually depends upon person to person because of your grasping the knowledge and all. But generally, as a thumb rule, I would say 4 hours daily multiplied by 30 days is good enough. If you are able to devote 4 hours daily, you study for 1 month, which is 30 days, 120 hours is good enough because syllabus is large. But if you read with me, take those modules, go back to your study table, 30 days is good enough, friends. So if you are today starting at, say, 15 September, we are starting our program on 18th, or we are starting our program on 20th, I believe. So from there onwards, after 1 month, you will be ready to take the exam. So end of October, if you book a slot, you will be good to take that exam. But don't be in a rush. Don't do that. Okay, oh, I'll study only for 10 days and go for the exam. Sorry, friends, don't do that. You will be disappointed. And I don't want that situation to happen, because otherwise it will create a problem for you also. Because what happens is, if you are not able to pass, the confidence goes down, isn't it? So confidence goes down. So free resources at transition.com are also available. There is a complete book of IBC which they have given. You can download it for free. They're not charging anything. It runs into 70, 80 pages. Basic understanding you can get from there. But anyhow, if to read that, obviously you need some understanding. So this is a free resources page. When you go to the Transitions website, this is the first thing you will see, free resources. Just click that free resources and the page looks like this. Flipbook on IBC, that is completely free. The compilation of limited insolvency cases and Bear Acts, you can go to them and you can actually take those things which are very important, compilation and Bear Acts. And then you will find a lot of syllabus is also there, exam circulars, model question paper, frequently asked questions, everything you will find. And then look at this in the middle, try free mock exam. Just click that. You can actually get a free mock exam. And once you are happy with that exam, you can take other exams. This is the free exams which are there. And then a lot of reports, like I mentioned, BLRC, isn't it? Bankruptcy Law Reforms Committee report. Where to find it? You don't have to go anywhere. Go to Transitions website, look at the free resources and look at the reports. Just you will be able to find out everything. So all those things. And there are a lot of videos which are there. Like today we are talking about mastering IBC. But there are many videos of mine where we have talked about the tips and strategies, right? Then eligibility part also. So all those videos are also available. You can just look at those videos, my dear friends. And if you have a doubt on the eligibility and everything, I think things will be clarified. Those strategy, how to create a strategy, there is a separate video for that. So just have a look at it. I think you will really find them useful. Friends, this is what is a comprehensive program, which is typically created for the aspiring insolvency professionals. IBC module, allied laws module, all allied laws are covered. 21 allied laws, case laws, all 60 case laws. case study is the most important, friends. Today, the weightage of case study is 70% in the exam. You will not be able to pass the exam, my dear friends, unless you are able to answer these case studies questions correctly, and they have a weightage of 2 marks. And imagine if the question goes wrong, answer goes wrong, negative marking, 25% is the net. And that is why people come down below 60. I've got people coming to me who have got 58.5, 59.5, 56.5. Very unfortunate, because everyone is in a habit of answering all questions. So if you are not knowing the question, my dear friends, you can also do an arithmetics calculation, and you can safely know that you can leave 15 questions easily and still can pass the exam. So if you don't know the question answer, my dear friend, leave that question, because negative marking will bring you down otherwise. So this is important. And what I'll do is I'll just show you quickly. This is a recorded combo, which is supposing you don't have time for live, so you can go for recorded, but live is always better. You can interact with me, but even that is also equivalent to live. So you can see it at your own convenience, at your own pace. You can get a combo where in combo, actually, you get a better price. Otherwise, you can buy individual modules also depending upon your pace. So you can do that. But, and this is basically combo module is typically 42 hours of training, intensive training. I call it as intensive training. Not a single minute you will be finding that, look, we are diverting. We are totally on the subject for 42 hours conceptual clarity. Now, coming back to the IBC module, this is your IBC module. And well, this kind of a testimonial, I have too many testimonials to show it on the screen, but this is 15 hours intensive, 5 days. And today what we have done is, because people can't, do it on a daily basis. So what we have designed this time is that we are taking classes on alternative days. So supposing one class happens on a Friday, a Saturday, so next will happen on a Monday. So you get a breathing space. You can ponder over, you can you go back to your study table, read what has been taught, and then come back, freshen up on the alternate days. So this course will go on for 10 days, but there will be 5 classes on alternate days. 3 hours daily, my dear friends. And timings are 5 to 8, which are very convenient for the professionals also. And generally, the recordings are also available, but don't go for recordings only, because recordings are only a matter of convenience. You are getting a chance to interact with me and to learn with me on live. So please attend the live classes. Don't miss those. If you are absent, naturally you can look at the videos, but videos may not help that much, in the sense that when you got an opportunity, then that will also be an important thing. Otherwise, recordings are always available for your this thing. You can always take the recorded module also for that purpose. So this is what we are going to do is 5 days, 3 hours per day, 15 hours, and we give you practice test also and conceptual clarity. So this is another part of it, that you see, if you book it today, well, you get certain discount also, that is there. We'll talk about that in a little while. And there is an advantage of getting a practice test also. So this is important, where all the codes, rules, and regulations are typically covered. This is a case law module. This is on a recorded format right now. But again, as I mentioned, 60 case laws will be covered, and in 9 hours, 3 hours, 3 days, right, per day. So this is, I'm just showing you. Similarly, allied laws module is also there, because there are 21 allied laws. And these allied laws are again 3-day classes, 9 hours, 3 multiplied by 3 hours per day. So all how to read allied laws will tell you, because people get confused on reading the business and general laws. This is the case study module. This is most important, friends. This is the most. Once you have covered all the 3 modules, go to this module at the end only. 6 practice case studies. You will get it not anywhere. You will not get it anywhere. And these 6 case studies, friends, are different from what you get in the practice exams. Practice exam, you will get different case studies. Here, what we are doing is, each case study is given on your dashboard, because once you subscribe to these modules, you get a kind of a LMS dashboard. On that dashboard, you will find all these case studies. So you will read those case studies, understand, try to crack those. And then in the class, we will discuss, go one by one, sentence by sentence, and I will tell you how to crack those case studies. So 6 practice case studies are covered by this. 6 live case studies we take in the classes. Imagine 3 hours, 9 hours, we are covering only 6 case studies. Imagine the time we are spending. So this we are trying to make you perfect in the case study. So this is important. Now, just I'll show you this one of the videos where few of the earlier participants have given a small testimony.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. It was a very pleasant experience, and a number of misconceptions got cleared when we attended and when we heard your your deliberations. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I also really want to show our gratitude and thanks to you, sir. You were most humble in your sharing of your knowledge and the way you was. It's like childlike, sir. It's really infectious, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Really, it really helps us to inspires us. I think I'm more inspired today actually because I've been out of practice for 20 years. I've not been into practice or CA. I've been totally into a different kind of professional work. So for me, it's back to the basics actually, sir.
Back to school. Back to school.
Yes, sir.
Namaste, you are our guru for IBC. With your blessings and starting this new career in this one, we require your blessings and guidance, sir. Thanks a lot. You are one of the best faculties. Thank you, our guru. Thank you, sir.
Excellent presentation, sir. If your program is in 6 months back, I cleared in my first attempt actually.
Okay. No, anyway.
This is my word, sir.
I am confident. I'm confident going to next 15 days. I'm appearing examination, booked my SAT. I'm very, very confident, sir. Sure, with a good marks I will clear, sir. Thanks to the transition, you are well organized the program, sir. No wonder, well organized the program. Special thanks to on behalf of all of us, sir. Special thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir. I will convey your
excellent presentation, sir. Excellent presentation,
sir. Before attending your class, before meeting you, IBC or insolvency seemed very complex.
Okay.
And now it feels so manageable and it was all enjoyment. मतलब आपके सेशंस में ऐसा कुछ लगा ही नहीं कि इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स मैटर हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं और हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं. We all seniors, मतलब I mean there are many senior persons, बट सबको इतना बच्चा सा ट्रीट करके आपने इतने अच्छे तरह इतने कॉम्प्लेक्स चीजों को इतना सॉफ्टली इतने प्यार से एक्सप्लेन किया. समटाइम्स वी वर हार्श बट यू हैड बीन सो पेशेंट एक्सप्लेनर, such a wonderful guide. I haven't seen my life through. Wonderful, sir. Great thanks to you.
Sir, all the modules are excellent, sir. Yes, as per your sessions, we are confident, sir. Within 40-45 days, we can crack the exam, sir. Absolutely. Thank you, sir, for nice presentation.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I have a question. How are you able to remember all the sections? Well, I'm also in practice at Stage, but I don't remember any section. And I'm amazed how you remember all subsection also.
Yes.
Is there sure?
I have read this IBC at least 2,000 times now by this time. तो automatically अब जैसे होता है ना वो blood अब तो I can't survive without IBC.
But still, sir, with subsection, so I don't think anybody remembers. The drafters also must not be remembering what we have written, we have made.
चलो great. Thank you so much for the compliments. Thank
Sir,
you.
section के साथ आपको पेज याद रहता है वो 236 पे देखो. बहुत ही बड़ी बात.
Okay. Sir, actually, after my retirement, I have enrolled this course for 1 year back.
Okay.
I was totally blank. Whoever if I approach for the material, reading material, nobody in my position to give a clear picture. So then one of my friends was working in my asset recovery branch. Then he gave a hint. Then I approached, but still he is not in position to give who is the best teaching. Then I was searching YouTube, so many things. But by coincidence, I got into your transition, sir. And so lucky that earlier the barrack, almost 20 days I was taking this, my book. But even for completing this one chapter, it took almost 20 days. But at the end of the day, I am not in though I know very well while reading, but unable to remember all those things. But during this entire period, the way which you explained this, not only for the point of examination, you have given the overall the law each and every citizen must know. That I like it very much because I loved your teaching, the way which you have explained and the way which you have remembered, and in nutshell, giving the confidence that I really appreciate. And moreover, everybody has said the way the patients are poor and the memory power of your referring the various sections at the instantly, that is amazing, sir. Thank you a lot. We are lucky enough to get such type of coach, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so friends, this was nothing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just a sec. So I'll just take it forward now.
It was a very
okay. So friends, this was primarily. I'll just stop sharing here. This was just only a small thing, right? You might be seeing a different picture of me with black hairs and all. So now today you are seeing my different look. So I'm actually in the process of changing my look. So don't get confused. I'm the same person there itself. So anyhow, friends, we have dealt with most of the things. Let me see if anything is left out in my presentation before we go forward. Yeah. So this is what limited insolvency practice exams. This is what I was telling you. After you do that course, please go through this exam. So don't attempt exams unless you understand the law, everything like case laws, allied laws, case studies, IBC, only then attempt this. Otherwise, you will again lose confidence. And these are the compilations which I was telling you. Bare acts are there. These are PDF versions, instant download. You can do that. Complete compilations are there. You don't have to go anywhere. This is a very important document, which is or a book or a publication which you can download. And now, friends, as I mentioned, let me repeat back again. Unlearn and relearn. You might be knowing something about IBC. Start with a clean slate. Start with me with a clean slate. I will give you that confidence, friends. Read the syllabus carefully because reading that is important. Understand the weightage of each of the topic and sections, and then you have to allocate. Like, you are taking an exam, say, after 30 days or 45 days. Book a slot, and then you get 45 days. Then you allocate time that, within this 45 days, I have to complete the entire syllabus and be ready for that exam. Make that timetable, friends. Without timetable, you will not go. And ask your spouse to write you off for 30-40 days, right? Because you will not get any family time. Ask your spouse and children, bola mujhe write off kar do. Write me off for at least for 30-35 days till the time I'm taking this exam. So do it seriously. Sure Shot IP combo module is the best thing, friends, which you can get it. Go to transition.com. This is the number if you just want to contact them for any questions which is there. You can take a screenshot of this if you wish to, so that it remains with you. And then, of course, friends, what you can also do is get a copy of the Bare Act, as I told you. That is your starting point. And starting point, of course, is BLRC. So you can get that also from resources. Prepare thoroughly. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. Read carefully. Because understanding law takes time. It is not that, you just read through it and you may be lucky if you pass it. There are chances. The testimonials which I was showing you in our classroom, let me share with you, friends, most of the people have passed. Most of the people have passed exams and nobody has scored less than 67%. Some people going up to even 75% also. So this is the confidence which they got, right? And one of the participants, he took exams 5 times. He could not pass it. And he was studying for almost a year. But then he came to us or came to me. And then you would have heard him that I'm confident to take the exam next 15 days. In fact, after 15 days, he called me and said, I've passed the exam. So I think, and he has now been added into Transition Alumni WhatsApp group. So we have got a WhatsApp group also. So combo module is the best thing. Now what we have done is, there is a recorded combo module and now we have a live module also. So what Transition has done is they have come out with a hybrid module now. Hybrid combo module. Hybrid means one IBC will be live, other 3 modules, you will get recorded modules. And I'll tell you in my live class how to go through those things. So 1 live module and 3 recorded modules is known as hybrid combo module. And that has been specially curated for you, my dear friends. Okay. Those details and those links or whatever it is, that will be posted on the chat box. Now I will stop here. If you have any questions, friends, just raise your hands. We will unmute you, or maybe what we can do is, yeah, I think you guys can unmute yourself now. So anyone who wants to ask a question, please unmute yourself. Okay, let me look at this. Mr. Suthar says, I'm Rajkumar, Jaipur. I have appeared 4 times. Yes, I would like to appear once again. Mr. Suthar, that is what I was telling you. People are appearing 3, 4 times and not passing. Look at the confidence. Can you unmute yourself, Mr. Rajesh, if you are here? Rajkumarji? Yeah, he is there.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Rajkumarji, just tell me,
Yes.
how do you feel after not passing after 4 times? How it feels like? I mean, I can understand your pain, isn't it? So tell me, friends, now if you come to us, attend this IBC live, I cannot guarantee, of course, guarantee to koi nahi de sakta, but I will make
Yes.
every attempt that you pass in the first attempt. That is the confidence which I can give you. And what we will do is, you take practice exams after attending this course. Whatever your results are, send an email to transition. They can share those results with me. I will review along with you. I will spend 15 minutes time with you to see where you lagged. You will get personalized attention. 15 minutes of mine separately, personalized. This is the confidence which I want to give you, sir. Okay. So I think be ready,
I
sir.
will do, sir. I will do.
And forget whatever you
I
have
will do,
learned.
sir.
जो आज तक आपने पढ़ा ना वो भूल के आना सर. Just forget and then come with a clean slate.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And Mr. Narasimha Rao says, I got 56, 52. I'm going to appear on 30th September. Yeah, Mr. Rao, I think you are very close. 56, 52 is not very far. I think if you go back to the practice exams, if you have taken, go through them carefully. If you want me to study along with you, we will do that. And then probably you will be able to pass that exam. Don't worry, sir. So I think the links are there for free resources, for compilation, for bare acts, and those links are there. And even the hybrid combo module link has been posted. Can we request for this presentation? Sonali, this presentation, not only presentation, the entire video which we have created today, it will be available. You see, complimentary, accessible. Just come to the free resources part of transition website. You will find this, right, along with that particular thing. Okay, I think Avijit, Samantha, and Sonali ji have questions. Yeah, so one by one, Avijit ji, please go ahead, and then we will take Sonali ji's question.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Sir, actually, I'm from commerce background and having more than 16 years of experience in the accounts and taxation field. Okay.
Right.
Actually, I have completed MCOM and the PGDM program. So, can I apply for this IBC exam?
Sorry, sir. Can you? You have 16 years of experience.
In accounts field, sir. Accounts and taxation field.
Achha, okay. So
in a manufacturing company.
Correct, sir. What is your qualification? Are you a chartered accountant or?
No, sir. MCOM and PGDM, postgraduate diploma in finance management, and also completed MCOM.
Correct. So if you are a postgraduate, you simply require that you see 15-year experience, and
yeah,
or maybe I believe for postgraduate diploma in finance, I think you require 10 years. We'll have to check that, either 10 year or 15 year in a managerial capacity.
Sir, also completed sir MCOM also, sir.
Correct. So do you
also completed MCOM, sir.
Fine. So do you have the experience certificate with you for 10 year or 15 year as in a managerial capacity? Can you get
actually I'm working as an assistant manager of a company.
Right. So it is
so certificate is not there actually.
So if you can get that.
But I have all this appointment letter.
Correct. So even appointment letter will do, provided it mentions manager. Yeah. So what you need to do is.
No, actually, sir, when I got promoted,
right.
Then the designation has changed.
Okay.
From.
So the point what I'm trying to say is this. You can take the exam, there is no quarrel. But once you go for registration with IBBI, they will ask for these certificates before registration. So keep them handy because I believe
Okay.
you are very much qualified, but you need to have those certificates in your head. Okay. So
Okay,
whether
sir.
appointment
Okay.
letter, promotion letter, or whatever, or if you can get a certificate from your company that you have been working for so many years in this capacity, I think that will help you. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
should not
Okay.
be a problem. Great, sir. Good luck to you. I look
Thank
forward.
you, sir.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Raju. Okay, Mr. Nand Kumaran. Yes, yes. Please go ahead, sir, first.
Yes, sir. Sir, very good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Very nice session and very thought-provoking webinar session. Now, I also attended 2 times. I could not succeed. Now, after going through entire that your program and what is the presentation you are going to provide after joining the courses, I strongly believe that I can get through this course.
Absolutely.
In the introduction part, you told something that rules and regulations for the syllabus of the syllabus is updated up to 1st July 2023 only, sir.
Okay, that is what I explained. This
I
syllabus,
have some doubt, sir. Then once
yeah,
again,
yeah,
repeat, sir, please.
I'm telling you. The syllabus is if with effect from 1st July 2023, right? You are aware of that. But if
Yes,
you
sir.
if you read the syllabus carefully, you have to study the laws like the IBC rules and regulations only up to 31st March 2023. So your cutoff date is 31st March 2023. And I will now, in other words, any amendment in law which has taken place, say on 1st April 2023, it is not in your syllabus. So cutoff date is, remember cutoff date as 31st March. Forget about 1st July. 31st March 2023. That is your syllabus, right? Okay, great, sir. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Raju and Sonali Khannaji. So I think one by one, Mr. Raju, you can unmute yourself. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your mind-blowing session. Sir, I am a registered valuer, registered with IBBA in the asset class land and building and plant and machinery. I am an engineer.
Okay.
Am I eligible for an IP exam?
Okay. So, sir, tell me how much experience you have got in managerial capacity.
Actually, sir, I am a practicing valuer for past 25 years.
Correct. So, if you have passed your valuation exam, you are a registered valuer and you have an experience as a valuer for last 20 years, you are qualified to become an IP, sir. Having an
Okay.
engineering degree. And let me also share with you, lot of engineers, civil engineers, mechanical engineers, architects, they have been my students and all of them have become IPs now.
Okay.
Because science background students also have a very good conceptual understanding, isn't it? That is
Yes, sir.
ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಅವ್ನು LLB ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ.
now let us go to Sonali
Sir,
Khan.
one second. Sir, I have some other doubt also.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, can I continue, sir?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, actually, while registering with IBBA, so that IBBA website asking my PAN number. So my PAN already registered for 2 asset category.
Okay.
So for registering this insolvency exam, I tried once or twice, but I am facing problem. The PAN is already exist like that. So what is the remedy to register, sir?
So that means you are already registered. So you don't have to register again. So therefore it is easier to appear in the exam. So you don't have to register again because you're already, the dashboard is there.
No, dashboard is there, but that dashboard reflect only that asset class, not this IP exam related information is not there.
Okay. So if you go to the limited insolvency exam tab, so you are facing that difficulty. Okay. What you can do, Mr. Raju, is you can connect with us, you see, offline. I'll deal with that. Okay. So
good, sir. Good. I will connect to you.
So you can just send an email or connect with the transition. They will connect you with me. Okay. Great.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, Sonali Khannaji, please unmute yourself. Do you have a question, Sonali ji?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, I am actually a qualified chartered accountant and I qualified in 2007. Actually, I don't have any exposure or any experience in like law or taxation, but if I want to pursue this course and I want to start my career and change my field altogether. So how will it help me? And moreover, how can I get exposure or some, I mean to say, if I want to join an IBC firm or like CA firm practicing this IBC law, and I want to go into the stream entirely different from my previous experience. So how can I get a break, and from where can I start, and what will be the challenges? So I want to understand from that perspective.
Okay. Sonali ji, not knowing IBC, I think you are the best candidate because people come with me with some excessive baggage. They have some knowledge, so therefore it becomes difficult for me to mold them. If you are coming to me on a clean slate, that is the best thing. Number one. Number two, you will learn in these modules whether you want to become an IP or not. I probably believe you want to become an IP. So do that. That is very important. And here, what are the opportunities? Opportunities are huge in this particular field. People are looking for good people who are trained in these kind of things. And secondly, opportunities are what? You can become a resolution professional of a CIRP case. You can become a liquidator. You can become a bankruptcy trustee, and you can contribute to the nation's growth also. Supposing you become say, a liquidator or a resolution professional of a running hotel which has come into insolvency, and that hotel is doing a fantastic business. You will have to run the hotel, right, as a CEO of that company, with, of course, with other cooperation of others, and then find out a buyer who can take over that hotel. Don't you think you are contributing to the nation? It
Yes,
doesn't
sir.
it
I
doesn't
agree.
require it doesn't require that much of training. You need to have basic concepts clear, and your thought process should be clear. That's all. Now, the second part. Once you pass that exam, if you don't want to become an RP, fine. You can join a law firm. You can join an insolvency professional entity. You can join an insolvency professional. You can join a chartered accountant firm. You can do forensic audits under IBC. Lot of, you see, table work is also required. Like some promoter comes to you, he wants to make a resolution plan. By sitting at your home or your office, you can do that. You don't have to walk out of your office. So even table work will also give you a lot of this. And I mean, they are well paying also. I'm not saying that they are better paying than any chartered accountant practicing, but they are very well paying. And people are getting cases where they are charging and what is the minimum fees which has been prescribed by IBBI? 2 lakhs per month per case. Can you believe this? Assuming you're doing
Okay.
only three cases, you get 6 lakhs
Mhm.
per month. Is it a small amount? And if you
It's a very
grow,
hands.
if you grow further, naturally you can do that. But you'll have to have patience. This jobs will not come within next 6 months. First you will have to take the training, pass the exam, understand, join certain groups, maybe 3-4 months, register with IBBI. That registration also you see takes around 2 months. So after 5 to 6 months from today, you will be ready to go into the market.
Okay.
So please.
Thanks a lot, sir. Question. I have one last query. Actually, if I want to uh, get a break in this field, like first from where I have to start, because I'm already working in a different segment altogether. If I want to join a firm, whether anyone will be willing to give me an opportunity to join so that I can completely shift into this role and start pursuing and go completely into this field and have knowledge, practical knowledge. So how can I get a break?
Okay, so it's very important right now. Wherever you're working, keep on working. Don't leave your job. Spare some time, pass this exam, right? Because it is a 3 hour class on an alternate day. You can attend that 5 to 8, or you can look at the recordings. Do it at your own pace. Pass that exam. Once you become an IP, then you can always, because once you become an IP and you can start working with some because people are looking for IPs nowadays who are ready to
Okay.
maybe show. I mean, you will get experience by joining some maybe IP firm or something I told you, and then you can think of leaving your job. So my suggestion is don't leave your job right now, but be dedicated to do this course and go further. Okay. Chalo,
Okay, sir.
good luck to
Thank
you.
you so much.
Good luck to you. Okay.
Thank you. Same here.
Yeah, yeah. And now Abhijit Samantaji and one name by the name HB. I don't know who is that person is because I can't read. So maybe you can unmute yourself, sir, one by one. Yes, please.
Just wanted to know whether advocates can register for IP, because I understand you can pass, but you can't. You have to surrender the license. Is it true?
Madam, I'm an advocate and I'm a registered insolvency professional. What best example I can give you?
Okay,
Don't,
thank you. Because I
don't,
heard about it. That's where I thought we can
I
get a
know, I know. I'll
clarification
tell you,
from you.
I'll clarify. Chartered accountants, company secretaries, cost accountants, advocates. You can continue your practice as a CA, as a company secretary, as a cost accountant, as an advocate, and can also register as an IP. You can do both the things together because Bar Council has permitted this. Okay. Although I'm a registered IP, but I'm not practicing. I've not taken a AFA. You need a practice certificate. I'm happy in my legal field so far, but at the end of the day, I'm registered insolvency professional. So please do that. Don't go on hearsay. Okay. Advocates are also good candidates here. Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Abhijit Samanta, I think we have already taken your question. If you have any more questions, sir, please tell us.
Yes, sir. Just a small query. Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Sir, actually, I don't have any knowledge about the law. Okay. Because I already told you I have completed MCOM. Okay.
Right.
I'm purely experienced in accounts and taxation field. So after clearing the exam, okay, can it be possible that I can practice as a
Okay.
can I practice? Is it possible
Yeah. Let me
within a small span of time?
Sir, one of our friends here was an engineer. One of the friends which have passed is architect. Do they know anything about law? Nothing. You are still MCOM, right? You know the commerce background. You know some business laws, isn't it?
Yeah.
You must have read Indian Contract Act, the Partnership Act, and so many other acts, isn't it? So you are definitely a better candidate on a better footing. The only thing is you need to become an IP. Once you become an IP, you can practice as an IP, regardless of whether you are engineer, architect, lawyer, chartered accountant, whatever it is. Only thing is you need that confidence. That confidence will come once you read that in the way in which I want you to read. That is more important.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I think I'm
Okay,
so
sir. Thank
that I'm so glad that the people from different diverse fields are also coming up. Okay, Mitul Jain is asking, sir, I have experience of 10 years as an advocate. I am eligible to take the exam. And does passing disentitle me to practice as an advocate? I think I've already answered it. 10 years, yes, you are eligible. Because that is the requirement. And friends, one more thing. I don't know if any youngsters are here. If you are a young person, not attained the age of 28 years, that is the second condition, right? First is you have to be young. Second is not above 28. You can actually go for a full-time course also, which is being conducted by Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. So friends, any of your relatives, son or daughter, right? If they are, say, age of 20, 21, having passed the college, if they want to become an IP, they don't, otherwise they will have to wait for 10 years. But there is a course now which has been started by Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs, where I'm also the professor there. I'm also the adjunct faculty there. So you can, that's a 1 year full year course, residential course. So they come out with those, yeah, they come out with the advertisement in sometimes in the month of February. Keep a watch, apply for it. They take a small exam, they take a small interview, and then there is batch sizes around 45 to 50 people. But that is known as GIP program, Graduate Insolvency Program. In fact, now they have called it as PGIP, Postgraduate Insolvency Program. So please do that. Okay. Trisha, about the course, what do you want to know exactly, Trisha? Just tell me. If you are there, please unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Sir,
ahead.
actually, I was reading this course for some month now, and there is a confusion with regard to Companies Act. Some people are saying the rules and regulation are not part of this course, and some are saying it is part of the course.
Okay.
So, can you clarify?
Okay, I'll clarify. Friends, this is a doubt which is there with most of the people. So I'll clarify once and for all. Insofar as insolvency and bankruptcy code is concerned, there is a rules and regulations are also part of it, right? And if you look at the syllabus directly, you will find that the IBC has a weightage of 4%. Rules and regulations under the code have 6%. So 10% weightage is to IBC and rules and regulations. But when you come to the third part of the syllabus, I'm not saying syllabus is saying this. Business laws, Companies Act. Even you, Trisha, you don't have to study the entire Companies Act. You have to study only 10 chapters. Only 10
Yeah,
chapters. And no rules and regulations.
no rules.
No rules and regulations under any business laws or general laws, except those SEBI rules. SEBI rules are there. If you look at the syllabus, that SEBI substantial acquisition regulations, SEBI LODR, ICDR, and delisting. Only these four regulations are part of it as far as the allied laws are concerned. Okay. So no rules and regulations for allied laws is there. So don't get confused. Don't go by hearsay. Right? Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You have any more question? Okay. Good luck to you. Okay. And I think Preeti Banglaji is asking, sir, I want to know the scope of practice after passing. Okay. Good question. Since nowadays it is very difficult to procure IBC client, and even if you get few, then the NCLT takes years to admit or reject a case. So how to sustain in IBC practice? And it's also that once you get into IBC, you have to leave everything else. Okay. You have raised 2, 3 points, Preeti ji. Let me deal with them one by one. Number one, if a person becomes an IP, they don't want any more competition, isn't it? So all existing IPs will discourage you. What will they say? Oh, no work. कोई काम ही नहीं मिलता. They might be earning 12 lakhs per month, but they will tell you no work. So don't go by that. So work is there for everyone. IBC is there to sustain. Whether it takes time or not, that's a separate issue, right? Because you're not going to you get work two ways. Either somebody suggests your name to be appointed as an IP in an application, or the second way is very important. What is the second way? The second way is once you become an IP, your name is on the your name. Friends, may I request everyone to just mute themselves? You can just unmute when you ask your question. Thank you. So the second way is you can get yourself registered with IBBI. IBBI creates a panel. So you give your name to be on the panel. That panel is given to NCLT. So supposing in certain application that name is not there, then they will pick up from the panel on a first come first serve basis. So most of the people, like I'll tell you one more thing. Recently, one of my friends or my students only, he got a case. What case he got? He got a real estate case. Real estate case are the most complicated cases. And do you know how much is his fees nowadays? 4.5 lakh rupees per month he's charging. And he's a fresher only. So don't go by what others say. It is not, of course, as far as getting work is concerned, whether you are a chartered accountant, whether you are an advocate, tell me, what do you need to do to get the work? You need to network. You need to have connections, isn't it? You need to spread the word that you are an IP. You have to meet people, attend PhD Chamber Commerce or SOCHM meetings, wherever business people are there. You have to connect with them, isn't it? Because if you sit in your home or office and say, I'm an IP, nobody is coming to me. Sorry, nobody will come to you. Who knows? So therefore, you have to spread out, attend certain programs, attend those seminars. You see, roam around the room, give your business cards, have interaction. I think that is the best way to get the work. Once they know you, then naturally they will recommend your name while going for it. Supposing a company wants to voluntarily liquidate, so you have connection with 5 corporate clients, they will come to you. You will be appointed as a voluntary liquidator. So getting work, of course, is a job, no doubt about it, but it is not that difficult. So one is networking. The second, of course, is the panel which is being prepared by IBBI, where regular work also comes. And who knows, you may be destined to do better this thing. So don't go by what others say. Okay. I always encourage. And in any case, tell me, what harm will it do if you get another qualification? You may or may not practice today. You may decide to practice after 5 years, but you have registered. Fine. I'm also registered. I'm not practicing as an IP, but you see, after 5 years, I may leave legal profession. I may join IP profession. But if I have not passed it, I will not be able to think about it. So what is the right time to pass? Today. because syllabus is bound to change. And once they change the syllabus, friends, it is becoming tougher by the day. First time when the syllabus came in 2018, it was purely theoretical, no case studies. And what do you know? What was the pass percentage? 35% was the pass percentage. Today, do you know what is the pass percentage? It ranges from 6% to 13%, depending upon how much you have prepared. So the percentage has come down. Okay. As far as leaving everything is concerned, Preeti ji, look, naturally, every job, like supposing you are appointed as an IRP or RP of a, say, real estate company or say a steel company, naturally it is a full-time job. But in a full-time job, supposing you take over, like SR Steel was taken over, it came under insolvency. Do you know what amount the IP charge? 12 lakhs per month. Do you know what an IP charge initially in JP's case? You remember that JP's case came into CIRP, real estate. Do you know what was the fees of the RP in the initial days? He charged 1 crore rupees per month. Now, of course, later on it was brought down, but still it was 15 lakhs a month. So, of course, it's a full-time job, no doubt about it, but you can always tread cautiously. Okay. So you can test it. If you feel that, yes, you can devote that much of time, leave your own practice because it is better monetary, then you can jump on this. No problems. Okay. I hope I'm able to answer. I've given a very long answer. Okay. So anyone else, friends, who want to ask a question?
Sir, one more thing in relation to allied laws, is it necessary to cover all the laws or we can just cover main 10 allied laws?
Okay. Trisha ji, I will never recommend to leave anything because questions are completely random. Supposing आपने पार्टनरशिप एक्ट छोड़ दिया, you are not reading it, और क्वेश्चन उसी से आ गया, फिर क्या करोगे? So then you'll have to leave that question. So all I'm saying is allied laws, Trisha ji, is not difficult to understand. It looks to be voluminous, but if you take that allied laws module, go by that. We have given a dashboard important sections to be studied. What is to be studied? Because it's a matter of strategy. In that classes, I cover what you need to concentrate. And let me tell you, every participant who has done that allied laws module, they have been able to score 100% in allied laws. और ये छोटे छोटे sections जो है ना, ये आपको पास करने में बहुत help करेंगे. So don't leave anything. It looks to be voluminous. You get overwhelmed, you get bogged down, but this is where we are there to help you. That is the idea. Okay. do it seriously, do it slowly, grasp the thing, have patience, don't be in a rush. और मैंने जैसे कई बार बोला, I'm repeating once again, please start with clean slate. अपनी knowledge पुरानी को छोड़ दो, नए सिरे से start करो. That is what. Okay, Mitul Jain is asking how much time is required to pass the exam. Mitul, I believe I covered that. Probably you were not there at that time. It depends upon person to person, but as a benchmark, you require minimum 120 hours. How 120 hours? I'm saying you are able to find 4 hours a day, 30 days. But you have to study regularly. If you think मैं आज 4 घंटे पढ़ लेता हूँ, tomorrow I will not read, it is not going to happen. Read it in a continuous manner, grasp it. 120 hours is good enough. And if 120 hours include that 42 hours of training, which transition continues. So please do that, my dear friends. Okay. And friends, there is a link which has been posted. If you join today, I think they are giving you some special discount also. Please do that. I think this is very, very important. So this is a one-time offer for today only. Do that. I think you will not regret it. So for live class, otherwise the class is costing around 8,000 rupees, but they are giving you a discount, heavy discount of 6,000, but you will not regret it. Let me tell you, this 6,000 will be well spent for your knowledge, for your boosting your confidence, and for passing the exam. Compare this with the price of the exam. You pay 6,000 rupees there also, isn't it? 5,000 plus service tax, and you don't pass it. You attempt 3 times. You waste 15,000 rupees there. Why to do that? Take 6,000 rupees class here and other modules if you wish to, and then go for it. And you will be able to pass with confidence. Not only confidence, friends. You will learn about IBC the way you will never think of it. Whether you are a fresher, whether you are a chartered accountant, whether you are a lawyer, not dealing with IBC at all, I will make you an expert. That is my guarantee. पासिंग की गारंटी नहीं दे सकता, एक्सपर्ट बनाने की गारंटी दे सकता हूँ, ये मैं गारंटी दे सकता हूँ सर. ओके, so this is one thing which is there. Just copy that link, or you can go into that link, because once we end that, probably that link may not be available with you. So you can copy that link from the chat box if you wish to. And if you have any question, definitely you can contact them. Maybe I think I can request transition to post the number also for the phone number, so that if you have any questions, that will be there. Okay. Does this course also cover reading material, including case studies? Fantastic question. Mithul, you will get excellent study material. I have created lot of memorization tables. Like a question comes, what is the penalty of under this section? अब याद रखना बड़ा मुश्किल है. I have created a memorization formula. I am giving you lot of those materials, lists and everything. And lot छोटे-छोटे आपको MCQs भी मिलेंगे. Like today we have learned about something, MCQs. You will find 10 MCQs. You answer that, it will tell you what is the right answer. This is apart from that practice papers. So this is something, and there is a huge material which is available, but focused material. ऐसा नहीं है कि सब कुछ ही डाल दिया and you get confused. No, it is completely a focused study material which you will get lot of tables, lot of allied materials which will be there. Okay. Okay. Let me take few more questions. Okay. I have done LLB, but was in ARC. Oh, sir, ARC, Padmaja ji, I think ARC, you are the best candidate, isn't it? ARCs are dealing in IBC nowadays, 15 plus years. Yes, you can do that, but provided you just see, in ARC, you must be in managerial capacity, not as an executive. वो आपको देखना है. So if you can get that certificate from your company, you are well qualified to do that. Once you pass this exam, register, you can practice from the day one, no problems, which will cover all Bayer Act, allied, etc., case studies, etc. Okay. IBC module will cover IBC law, rules and regulations, and I will also give you tips how to go for allied laws, case studies, and other case laws. But for them, specific modules are there. So if you want to cover everything, friends, then I will suggest go for a hybrid combo. Hybrid combo means IBC live and 3 recorded modules, case laws, allied laws, and case studies. Combination of these 3 will definitely help you in passing the exam. Consider this amount as an investment, friends. No books are required. I'll tell you, no books. You do not have to spend any money on any book. Don't go to Amazon.com and buy a 5,000 or 7,000 rupees book. Spend it here. No book is required. So therefore, study the way I want you to do that. You will become really this thing. Recorded video is available? Yes, that is there. So live classes will also be available as a recorded video. And recorded modules, of course, have that kind of a thing, right? So videos are always available. Of course, there is a time limit for that. So, but you will have to read that. Supposing you miss any class today, video is available. You can watch it later also. But my suggestion is, if you're attending live class, please attend live class, because that is the way we will learn better. Okay. Otherwise, even my other recorded modules, if you look at it, they are all equivalent to live modules. You will feel as if you are sitting in the live class only. That is there. Okay.
Sir, in case,
Yeah.
sorry to disturb you. Sir, in case we want to buy your recorded allied law module, how much duration it is available, and is there any discount on it? Third thing I want to ask is, will it open only on one machine, or we can open it on more than one machine?
Okay. As far as opening is concerned, you can open on any machine. There is no restriction. You can open on mobile, you can open, but one device at one time. You can't open it, but you say simultaneously on 2 devices. Okay. So therefore, you will be able to open those videos. That is not a problem. As far as the video recordings are concerned, how much time? Trisha, just go to Transition website. Everything is very transparent there. You go to the FAQs. There, they will.
I think I could not find it.
I think it is there. It is there. But anyway, if you have a number, you can call them. I think they will be able to clarify it, right? As far as discount is concerned, I'm not the right person to tell them, because I'm only.
And sir, we can buy it as an individual only, or we can buy it on a sharing basis also, recorded modules?
See, recorded module is recorded module. Now you want to share it with somebody, you can do that. But technically speaking,
Yeah.
don't do that because it is your course, isn't it?
Sir, just to share the cost, that's the thing.
त्रिशा जी
To
तो
share.
कॉस्ट के लिए ना आप अच्छा okay, now they have put in a phone number also for any questions on the chat box, so just call them, you'll get all clarifications, right? Think about these costs as an investment. Think about that. That is what my request is. Okay, so you'll be able to do that. Okay, any more questions, friends? Is there any
सर
time?
पद्मजा here.
Yes,
सर पद्मजा here.
yes, yes,
सर
yes.
मैंने LLB नहीं किया है, इसीलिए मुझे क्लैरिटी चाहिए था कि मैं कर सकती हूँ क्या ये कोर्स करके.
100%, 100%. I think I'm saying those people who are coming to me with a clean slate, no knowledge of laws, they are the best candidates.
Okay.
Because we can guide those people accordingly. No worries, no laws, don't worry. I will tell you how to read laws. Okay.
Okay.
And
And I can also practice this, right?
absolutely. And can you believe one thing? One of the architect, she came to us, she became an IP. Can you believe she became motivated to do the law after that? And she's a lawyer. And she's working with me now. She's in my office now.
Okay.
So I think anybody can do it. No worries. IP is not a great thing. IP is only common sense. That's all. Okay. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Right. So friends, anyone who would like to ask any question? Or I
So
think
this module that we can buy today,
right.
it is only the comprehensive means all it includes, or it is just a introductory kind of a thing? How many hours class like?
No, I'll tell you. This is an IBC module. IBC means it is a 5-day class, right? On an alternate day. So we will have first class on 21st, second on 22nd, 24th, 26th, 28th. So 5 classes are there, right? And every class is for 3 hours. You will spend 3 hours with me. I'll train you. So 5 into 3, it is 15 hours class. We will cover IBC, we will cover rules and regulations together. So your major part, because IBC is the base. Unless you know IBC, you can't crack case studies. You can't understand case laws. Then once you have done that, in a hybrid combo, if you buy a hybrid combo, this is a live class you get. Then you also get allied laws module, case laws module, or case studies. So you have an option. Either you can go for a hybrid module where you get all the 4, or you can take only IBC live, and then at your pace, you can buy one by one later on. That's your option. Okay. So but it's not a basic course. I will take you to a greater details. Okay, I think Mr. Nand Kumaran is there. Yes, sir. Please ask
One
him.
small clarification, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, small clarification. This live session of classes, possible to push to instead of 5 to 8, 6 to 9, because we are all working and leaving the office 5 o'clock is very difficult, and then traveling time is there. We cannot sit in the office by attending these live classes from 5 to 8 also. Some itches are there. Please
So
look
what do you
into it,
want?
sir. And if it is
No, what do
6
you
to
want,
9
sir?
or 7 to
6
10,
to
7 to 10 is most comfortable.
9. Actually, like many people come to me, say, sir, 5 to 8 is much better because 9 becomes late, our dinner becomes late.
The dinner you can give 20 minutes break, sir. Let them go and finish it and come back.
I
Because
mean,
5 is a very,
sir,
very difficult, sir.
what I suggest is like this, because this is a schedule because many people have already enrolled, so it's very difficult to change timings once they have been announced. What we can do is like this. What you can do is, because these recordings are also available. Supposing you are missing, say, 30 minutes initial this thing. So you can always go back and look at those recordings. So because recordings will be available to you. And once you come back, maybe you can attend 2 hours or something like that, or otherwise just for 5 days. Just for 5 days. Right? Ask
Okay, sir. Yeah.
I think you are a boss of your own. You can always make time for that.
Okay, sir.
Adjust your timings.
Thank you very much, sir.
Adjust your timings. Okay.
Thank
you. Great. Okay. So for allied laws, we need to take separate courses. No, this is not a course. Nishant, the point what I'm trying to explain is we have divided syllabus into 4 modules, right? Because they are all separate parts. One is IBC module. Second is allied laws, where we cover entire 21 modules. Because in 5-day class, all 21 allied laws cannot be covered. So we have kept it as a separate. That's the second module. Third module is case laws, 60 case laws being covered in 9 hours. And then fourth is definitely that last module, which is case study module, which is very important. So उस module में करने का advantage क्या? What is the advantage? Advantage is we learn in stages. First, we cover IBC, which is the base. We go to the case laws, we go to allied laws. Then once we have read all these 3 modules, then we go to the case studies, which is a 70% weightage in the exam. You can't jump to case studies straight away. So get trained in these and then jump to case studies. That is the idea. And they have been designed very scientifically, Fritz. Okay. Mark my words. People have been so happy and they have been the best of the IPs. And I'm so proud that out of 3,000 IPs who are practicing, almost 2,000 have been trained by me, one way or the other. Not in only these classes, but I also take IP classes later on. And many other advanced courses I also do on behalf of many institutes, Institute of Chartered Accountant, Triple IPI, ICI, IICA, IBBI also, I take classes for them. So all those things definitely will help you. So friends, I think, thank you so much for Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Finally, only one question, sir. That you told very clearly that you remember 31/3/2023, whatever that rules and regulations amendment up to that date only.
Correct.
I will take that it is correct that IBBA will not raise any questions pertaining to the period subsequent to 31st March 2023, sir.
I'll show you, sir. Okay. You have raised a question.
Yes, almost over.
Sir, I have understood your question. Give me some time. I'll show you the syllabus.
Yes.
This is a syllabus given by IBBA. Can you see it on the screen, sir?
No, sir. Just started seeing, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Insolvency, bankruptcy.
Yeah. What does it say? 31st March 2023, right? That's the date of the notification. Now look at this. What they say: exam to be conducted from 1st July. It doesn't say syllabus. Now I'll show you. It is written in their syllabus, sir. I'm not saying it. Look at this, sir. I think you must read the note. Look at this. This is the note, sir. IBBI is saying it, sir. I'm not saying it. Where any law is referred to in the syllabus, the same shall be taken as in force as on 31st March 2023. This means that any amendment in such laws, acts or rules, regulations effected after 31st March 2023 shall be ignored. I'm not saying, sir.
Fine, sir. Fine.
So problem,
thank you,
sir, this is one thing. I think you have raised an important point. Let me also come here with this. Very important. Whenever you're reading a law is important. You read that. But after every section, you will find explanation and provisos, isn't it? Provided that, provided further that. We always read that and we leave provisos. Similarly, what we were doing here in syllabus, we were reading the entire syllabus, but we're reading that small print note, isn't it? So take my advice, even in law, when you're reading, read those fine prints in the law. Maximum question you will find from there only. Nobody asks questions from a section. They will ask questions from provisos. These are the tips which are going to give you in those, this thing. Okay. Great, sir. Good question.
Sure.
But I think a lot of good questions have come up, friends. Links are there, friends. Please go on to those links. Utilize those links. You will be with me. I'll be very happy to see all of you. And any more questions? We have already you see, been there with us for almost now more than 1.5 hours, right? We always planned it for 1 hour. We have extended to 1 hour and 45 minutes. Please tell me if there are any more questions, friends. If you want to unmute, please unmute. Otherwise, we can wind up now. You have the phone numbers. Please copy those phone numbers. Please copy those links, and so that you can get in touch with us. Okay. So thank you so much, friends, for being a part of it. And I would look forward to seeing you in the class. Thank you.